Hey, my name is Miguel Vazquez,
My name is Karsten.
and we're going to be talking about the smallpox virus and a little bit about the history of it. This smallpox virus this human-to-human contact only. This kind of came about, if you kind of build up these sores in your mouth, after you sneezed or, you coughed, these kind of like the variola virus will just kind of like spread out, and you can infect the other person. By the way, this has been eradicated ever since 1977, so I think we're good to go. But so you will get infected, and then a little bit about the history is that this disease has been traced way back to like Egyptian Empire, and this was like when they rediscovered that the pharaoh Ramses V had like the rash on his body, and it's pretty cool how it goes like way back then. Anyway, Adam.
Okay, so the vaccine was created in order to respond to this disease, smallpox. And what it has basically done is wiped out millions and millions of people throughout history. And it's always been a severe problem because people just would drop dead. And from that, in the 1700s, especially during the Revolutionary War, this idea of inoculation came about because it was kind of like a test that happened in the Revolutionary War with George Washington's army. They were dying from smallpox, and one of the doctors decided this idea of inoculation where they take dead smallpox cells or viruses and inoculate it in the wounds of uninfected soldiers. The virus would be present, but it wouldn't cause the dreadful disease that affected so many people. And how this works is that the body recognizes the dead smallpox cells. It's able to kind of like eradicate it by itself and but while not being affected by it. And from that, it can create new cells or memory B cells, which, as they sound, memorize certain diseases. And from that, every time the smallpox virus, a healthy smallpox virus, came in contact, the body would be able to recognize it and can destroy it. So that was kind of like the early on the early on tests, and from that point on, more and more advancements were made. And throughout the middle of the 1900s, there was once vaccines were more and more modernized, I guess we would say, there was a campaign to eradicate this disease, and that occurred in the 1980s. So nowadays, vaccine isn't needed. It is something that's only for special cases. There is vaccine still, but you don't need it nowadays. I don't think even me myself have had the vaccine.